any event, so I've been interested in Bitcoin for a while, and I think the transformational part of Bitcoin is this idea that we could have non-fiat money, right? We just, as we're talking about with the Fed, there is a huge risk of currency debasement when the government is in control, and particularly when you have the world's reserve currency. There's just such an enormous temptation to print money to finance your budget and to rack up loans that become unpayable. We're at what, like 130% of GDP now we owe. So we owe an amount of money greater than the size of our entire economy or our economic output. That sounds very hard to repay to me. So the temptation will eventually be to monetize the debt away, basically to debase the currency to pay for this debt. That's always been a risk throughout history. And now what Bitcoin offers is a different kind of currency where it's not backed by a government, it's backed by math, it's backed by encryption. And so you don't have to trust the government that there will only be 21 million Bitcoin. It's in the code. And so you just have to trust that Bitcoin effectively won't be cracked. You just have to believe that the system is secure.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of a huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting it more right now with Bloomberg's Shonali Bassick. Shonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told told his members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets. Now,
it was not just a poor auction; it was absolutely lousy. And you know, when the dealers have to step in to save a Treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the NWO book and the Crypto Teacher book. The NWO book shows you how the world really works, and especially in the times that we're in right now, it's definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep. And in 2025, the NWO is going to turn on that alarm clock. It's up to you whether you wake up or not, whether you're going to hit that snooze button. Remember, my people perish from the lack of knowledge because they reject it. And guys, we're going to see stablecoin regulation, which is the foundation of this new digital economy, and it sets up down the road 2028, 2029 for that free money. And then also, of course, in the first quarter of 2025, we always get a correction. But we have trillions of dollars sitting on the sideline in money market accounts. And then plus, we know the Fed is going to cut rates. Not a lot this year, but they're definitely going to cut rates. So I see us getting a correction and then moving back up. And then we have the two powerhouses, China and the U.S., will step up these tariffs on each other. And of course, guys, that's going to hit certain parts of the market. But then we also have the hacks. We have the Birdman. We have the drums are beaten, and more movies to come, as we can see. And inflation is going to stay sticky, and layoffs are going to step up while they move in all this automation. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now we have Bitcoin and crypto slightly up. We also have stocks up. And in the mainstream media, we're constantly hearing about tariffs. And we know crypto has nothing to do with tariffs. But tariffs are being used to pump and dump markets. But guys, we know cryptos and stocks are ran by an algorithm. And we have gold hitting all-time highs. And we know the central banks are buying it up because they know fiat is dead. And we're going to get into that later on in this video. But guys, make sure you're paying attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates being moved down as I'm doing this video. But yield rates have definitely dropped from its highs. We know yield rates should be close to that 5% or even higher when it comes to that 10-year yield. But we're seeing a lot of manipulation. And then we have the dollar right now up. We have volume in crypto right now up also. We have Tether and USDC. And then we have the Fed. Repo was $95 billion on Friday. Make sure you're pulling it on a daily basis during the week. And we know the Fed and the central banks want to keep rates higher for longer to destroy this legacy market so Trump can build this fourth industrial revolution. And while everybody was watching the Super Bowl, Trump makes moves on the digital economy. For the past 3 weeks, big moves have been done over the weekend. And anytime we get banking failures, they're done on Friday. But if you've been with me from the beginning, I've done several videos on this. One I recently done on pennies and nickels, but Trump directs the Treasury to stop making pennies. Says it's too expensive. And we know the sheet will never do any type of research. But of course, if we go to the Constitution, it'll let you know what real money is. And we know all about the coinage laws. But then also, when you're talking about using fiat, if you don't have the penny, you have to round up to a nickel. And if you don't have the nickel, you got to round up to the dime. So if you're using fiat, you just increase pricing, of course, which increases inflation. And we know pennies just don't go out the system completely that fast. But remember, this is a plan. It moves in phases. And then also, never forget, the penny also was made out of copper. They slowly did away with that. So that penny had a whole lot more value than what it has right now. And this is just one more step to get us moved over to this digital economy. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have the Bitcoin, Ethereum, spot ETFs, BlackRock, Fidelity, and Grayscale. Bitcoin, Ethereum, spot ETFs right now are up. And we have coin shares files for an XRP and Litecoin ETF with the NASDAQ. And again, guys, we're going to keep seeing these crypto products coming on to the legacy exchanges. And then also, we know stocks and bonds are going to be tokenized and put on blockchain, right along with the whole economy. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, getting over into a little crypto news. We have Memecoin Madness returns as Barstool Sports, BNB Chain, and the Central African Republic gets their own meme coin. And guys, we know this is all about adoption. And we have Kraken-less jail stool by Dave Portnoy. And now, since Gary Gensler is off the beat, these meme coins are taking off. And again, this is all part of the plan. It moves in phases, but we know this doesn't end well. Is this going to be another crackdown at the end once we start getting regulation? But right now, it's all about moving adoption over these next 4 years. Trump's job is to land us in this fourth industrial revolution. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we had poly market bettors on the Super Bowl. And guys, we know the house always wins. And we're seeing betting push at an all-time high. Like I state, guys, all the time, I'm an old man. I've never seen betting being pushed this much in my life. This is definitely America to Babylon. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And we have Trump's World Liberty Fi buys up the token movement. And don't forget, the MOVE token is all about interoperability. Also, we have Trust Wallet now supports the XRP ledger, allowing users to store, send, and receive XRP and XRPL tokens. And lastly, we have Ripple partners with Portugal's oldest currency exchange, UniCambio, to enable instant payments between Brazil and Portugal via crypto and Ripple Pay. And again, don't forget, 95% of Ripple's business is outside the United States. And we don't hear anything from Trump demanding these United States companies to move back to the United States or shut down their overseas business. The reason why? Because this digital economy is global. The fourth industrial revolution is global, where the robots, algorithms, and drones take the economy over, pay each other with crypto, and the sheep go inside the metaverse. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But guys, all I have for you, don't forget about the books. Crypto Teacher and the new World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing, they were still getting that free money. What are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.